What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. I am your host, as always, Showsan, and God, I'm happy to see you guys again.
Dan, take a drink.
This just might be the drinking episode. We have some fantastic guests with us, some new guys, some reoccurring hosts, and of course our always favorite, Mr. Roncli, joins us.
What's going on, everyone? I'm not used to being first.
What?
I'm not used to being first.
Well,
That's what she said. That's what she said.
It is that episode.
Oh, God.
We have Mr. Broxbeeble with us as well this week.
How y'all doing?
Darn.
How y'all doing?
How y'all doing?
Darn.
Mr. SpaceCptDamien.
I'm back. I'm back, captaining around. Let's do this.
I like it. Now, I love my next guest. He's probably one of my favorite, only because of his name. We have Tactical Squirrel.
What's up? I'm in the house.
A.k.a. Tactical Rodent, just because.
Only you can call me that.
I will, don't worry. Finally, we have Miss Aderi herself, our long-fabled...
Wait, where's the fire? Oh my God, where's the fire?
Right. Hell has frozen over, but she has joined us. Miss Aderi, why don't you go ahead and say hello to everybody?
Hey, I stand in fire.
Yeah, and you're damn good at it. And I applaud you for it.
Yes, I am.
So, this, you guys, is episode number 28.
Half a year.
And, it's going to be...
Hold on. I have to bring up something.
Yeah.
I just had Curse bring up a thing in the corner that said, Captain Damien has started playing World of Warcraft.
What?
Nice.
I just want to check my garrison, dude. I got garrison missions.
Dedicated, man.
So we game while we're doing this.
No, just for garrison missions aren't gaming.
That's true. They're more of an annoyance than anything.
Garrison missions aren't gaming.
So as you guys can see, this is going to be a very interesting show. But we're going to kick things off, like always, with...
Good news, everyone!
Woo! Yes!
Hooray.
Woo! Okay. That was
Hooray! News!
Except, I have two awesome articles that I found. I found these on Engadget. If you guys don't know, Engadget's awesome, right? These guys have more stuff going on with technology than I can ever understand. But... they brought to my attention, somebody created what they're calling Half-Line Miami.
It looks really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally took Half-Life 2, shoved it into Hotline Miami, and that's what you play. With a gravity gun.
That sounds awesome.
That just happened. It's awesome. It is free to download. If you head over to their article at Engadget, you guys can find it. He has a free download link. Check it out. I'm certainly going to hit it after the show. I want to download that and check it out. But
that's what she said.
It is that show. Damn it. Drink.
We're making show drink this week. I love it. We're doing it right, folks. We're doing it right.
Every time I hear that phrase, I swear.
Oh,
all right.
Man.
Now, the other one that really, really caught my eye, only because of where it's coming from, somebody started filming a live-action zombie shooter, right?
Oh, neat.
Sounds cool. Who doesn't like zombies?
That sounds awesome.
But you can only find this on Chat Roulette.
That's not awesome.
That's a little
find
fail.
yourself a nice little penis.
Yeah, there's so much wrong with Chat Roulette, and Cartman said it the best, is if you really want to find something cool on Chat Roulette, first you got to wade through a sea of dicks. Sorry, zombie shooters are not that worth it to me.
I just go for the dicks, honestly.
I know.
What?
That's what she said.
Why are you the only one who questioned that?
Does Jill know about this?
You mean this side chick?
No, I mean Jill.
Oh, God.
I don't mean the side
Jill's
chick.
done
Jill's
some
someone else.
pretty questionable things.
Preemptively opening another beer right now?
Oh, man. This show. Okay. So those are my two picks, at least for news. I thought that was interesting and slightly disturbing.
Very disturbing.
Well, what's interesting is, I mean, somebody's actually finding a use of chat roulette that doesn't involve dick pics.
Right,
I mean,
that's true. I applaud your innovation, but
you're doing it wrong. I mean,
Why
that's
are you
not how the internet
extending
works.
this section, Brox?
Still trying to process.
Really should move on.
yeah, I don't even know where to go with this. So we are just going to move on. So Mass Effect, the new Andromeda series of the game, is going to have co-op multiplayer. It's going to have another massive world, just like last time, and they're even commenting that we're going to have combat that's very similar to Mass Effect 3.
Can you send me that article?
We certainly will. And Ron, where are we going to post all this stuff up at?
You can find this article and more at facebook.com/6gaminggg.
Damn, look at that plug.
Can you
Ron,
spell that?
You know, Ron, when we get syndicated, you're going to be the weatherman, and we'll just have you chime in every hour and just read the weather. I love
Tonight expects scattered showers and a high of 79 degrees.
But you won't care because you'll be inside anyway.
So
it. Probably gaming.
Details at 11.
I'm a really big fan of Mass Effect, the Mass Effect series. I mean, yeah. I'm really curious as to how co-op multiplayer co-op is going to work. I feel like they're going to have to make the story a lot different than it was in the other Mass Effect series. So it's more of you're more detached from the main character.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Personally, I just want to see Seth Green come back. I mean, made the first
they've actually already announced that they're not having any familiar faces. It's going to be an all-new cast of people. It's going to be an event that's happening in the Andromeda Galaxy about the same time as the Reaper storyline is going on in the Milky Way.
I still cried a little, though. I miss Joker.
Yeah, he's great. He's a fantastic character.
He was. Seth Green was like the perfect person to do that. But
yeah, one thing that I'm actually very excited about is definitely the co-op multiplayer. I wish more games had that.
Well, we're certainly going to have an opportunity here at the end of the show to talk a little bit about that multiplayer thing. But quick teaser aside, let's move on a little bit to Destiny news. Everybody's favorite game that lasted a week. So Destiny just announced that they have major changes planned for their next expansion. They're going to have more blueprints and all kinds of craziness going on. But I don't know. For me, I don't care.
Yeah, well, they've also got some other quality of life changes coming in. I mean, what's nice is your progression is not completely loot based anymore. I mean, it's not like now where you get to level 20 and you think, "Hooray, I did it! Oh shit, I need to get a bunch of armor with light on it in order to get into groups." So you're going to level up to 40 just based on experience now, which is nice. And then your armor upgrades are going to be more utility type stuff. It's not going to be straight damage or straight defense, things like that. Oh. Awesome. Which is kind of nice. And your class armor is going to be worthwhile now. It's not just going to be something pretty. Your class armor is going to have defense and offensive stats attached to it, which is kind of cool.
Very
something
nice.
to do with the cloaks. Also, the exotic weapons that you find is kind of interesting in that they have their own vault-like loaf. Exotic weapon blueprint. So if you accidentally, destroyed one of your exotic weapons, sharded or whatnot, you can just go back and pay a little bit of glimmer and some materials and get it back. Or on any of your alts, as soon as you've gotten an exotic weapon on one character, you can go to any of your alts and pull it out of this vault. Pay some glimmer and materials and get it out.
But it sounds an awful lot like they're pulling this stuff from WoW.
It is
because this is stuff that WoW has introduced a long time ago.
Exactly, and they're putting it more in line with other MMOs out there, I think, which is kind of nice. The one thing they didn't announce that I was really hoping that they would is more matchmaking. They've kind of hinted that they're going to have matchmaking for the Nightfall strikes and things like that, but they still haven't said that they're going to do it for raids. And that's, for me, that's an issue because raids currently are not matchmaking. There's no matchmaking on them. So I don't have 5 other people on my friends list on PS4 that are playing Destiny at the same time I am that can just hop into a raid.
So
I think you need more friends.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Really, it's more of like an LFR system is what you want.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, they have websites out there, kind of like OpenRaid for WoW, but trying to go on there, if you're not already fully decked out in the raid gear and willing to carry somebody, they're not going to let you into the group.
Yeah, good luck finding a group.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of a catch-22 there. I mean, it's kind of like the old, interviewing for a job. They want somebody with experience, but how do you get experience? You got to get the job.
Right.
And so it's kind of frustrating. I mean, they're talking about looking into matchmaking in the future, but they haven't definitively said whether they're going to have it yet. So that's kind of a frustrating part of it. But it looks like they're trying to make a lot of improvements on the leveling system and loot and everything, which is good, because right now it's a horrible grind right now to try to get loot.
And it really is. It's really frustrating, to be completely honest with you. So Aderi, man, I got to pull you in. So do you have any news or any thoughts on what we've at least talked about so far?
Not really. I was trying to find a way to listen to the podcast and wound up here.
You say it like it's such a bad thing, though. You're like, well, shit, all my options are gone. I might as well co-host, I guess.
Yeah, if you want to listen to the podcast and can't find another way, just join it.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely.
So awesome.
All right. Sorry, going through my phone here. Now, okay, so I do have another little side part. It's not really news, but it is news to me. I got my loot crate today.
Uh-oh.
You ready for this? They threw in some awesome stuff this time. This was the Villains 2 themed box that they had this year. And they sent me this big yellow cloth, right? I have this little yellow cloth. And I couldn't figure out what the hell it was to save my life, and then suddenly it dawned on me.
What's this?
Oh my, that is fucking awesome.
You guys know what that is?
Yeah, that's from Breaking Bad, yeah. That's
awesome. It took me a second for it to register in my mind, but as soon as I did, I'm like, that's awesome. I have my own little tarp or whatever the fuck.
Meth sack.
Yeah. But what was really cool, what really made my day, because I love my coffee, I love my tea.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. It's my own little Venom mug.
That's pretty awesome.
He's pretty pimp. Pretty pimp. He's going into service in the morning. That's awesome. Now, if you guys can see it behind me,
below
right
me
up there, I have the little pin. Can you guys nail that one?
That's what she said.
It's Hydra.
Yep.
Yeah.
El Hydra.
I had to pin them up on my wall.
Very nice.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
How'd you get that?
Loot crate, man.
What is that?
It is awesome.
Yeah, it's a box
and then
full of awesome
finally,
to mail you every month.
We got a wooden Joker little thing.
How much do you pay for that?
They're pretty cool. So Loot Crate, yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, go onto their website, lootcrate.com. You can sign up. It's like, I want to say it's like $15-20. I don't really remember off the top. But what they do is they gather all these cool, geeky little knick-knack things, and they send them to you once a month. And they put together little themed boxes of different stuff. So last month was Heroes. So I got a little Batman figurine and some other cool little stuff. I have a little Zelda wristband. Like I said, they're just cool little trinkets and stuff like that. Well worth it, if you ask me. If you're really big into the geeky comic book, video game stuff, awesome. Definitely. Loot Crate. By the way, Loot Crate, we are looking for sponsorship, so feel free hit me up. So, all right. Anyway, that was my little side news. I love my Loot Crate. God, I can't wait to use that mug. Anyway, that's it for news, unless, of course, anybody else.
I've got a bunch of stuff here.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, before we came onto this podcast, I was noticing that my wife was playing something, and it looked like it was the Heroes of the Storm menu, but she was shooting these birds out of the sky.
Wait, Duck Hunt?
They managed to put a playable duck hunt into the menu of Heroes of the Storm.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
Is this a mod, or like is it just in the game?
No,
by
it's
default?
just in the game.
I am going to check that out right now.
Right?
Yeah. SpaceCptDamien has started playing Heroes of the Storm.
I would jump in there, but I kind of have to host the stream and everything else, so
Yeah,
I need all the bandwidth I can.
It looked kind of cool. It's the instead of the dog, you have a treasure goblin.
Awesome. That's
So,
cool.
Yeah, it looked
Does
really
he still
neat.
laugh at you, though? Please tell me he laughs at you.
He laughs at you.
Awesome.
Great.
So I have a little side note. Sort
Uh-oh.
of. So when I went to Mexico on my
Oh,
flight
here it
back,
goes. Mexico story.
No, it's not a Mexico story. It's kind of a nice story. So when I was on my way back, I put my 3DS in the pouch because the flight attendant lady was like, "Put your shit away."
Mhm.
So I actually ended up getting rushed off the plane after that, and I left it there.
No.
So I lost my 3DS XL. Well,
Oh.
I told the side chick 2 weeks later because I was just so pissed off about it, and I didn't want to, say I fucked up. So I told her about it, and not
You fucked up.
30 minutes go by. She's like, "Yeah, I just bought you another one. You'll get it on Monday."
What? This woman's amazing.
I
This
know.
woman's amazing. I get shit if I want to buy a new game,
Dude.
let alone a console.
Expensive dinner for the side chick.
Oh, yeah, at least, man.
Well,
Red
we went
Lobster
out on
for
a
the
lunch
win.
date, obviously, on Friday that you saw.
See?
She had she wrote that she had a lunch date with a cute human,
Well,
which is obvious because there's no way that she'd have a lunch date with a cute koala because
well,
she's a she. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. We don't need to go into that too much. But, yeah, nonetheless, man, you got to take her out to the fanciest Red Lobster you can. No, even better, take her to the best McDonald's in your entire area.
Yeah, that's literally
Instant
like
points.
a tenth of a mile right around the corner.
Just go all out. Go to the feeding trough. Go for Golden Corral.
Golden Corral.
Corral.
Perfect.
You get steaks there.
I know if I get taken to Golden Corral, man, that's you
I'm gonna
can have whatever you want.
Just take her to Red Lobster because she loves that place. You should have saw her when she finally cracked her first crab leg. It was so cute. She had no idea what she was doing.
Oh, God, that's awesome though. All right.
And then LCS.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, let's talk LCS, Ron.
All right, so I did manage to catch the Fnatic and Unicorns of Love series last week, and Fnatic is unstoppable, dude. They 3-0'd them.
Wow.
So Fnatic now has a 21-game winning streak going into the EU LCS finals.
Okay.
They'll play Origin. The commentators were not expecting them to 3-0 them, so it might actually be a decent match, but we'll see. I think they can pull off a 24-0. Also, last week TSM defeated Team Liquid by this count of 3-1.
TSM.
Favorite team.
Yep.
Sully's calling me a thief for taking her line.
I believe it.
I actually expected her to join in. Kind of disappointed.
No, I'm surprised the sword hasn't come out yet.
It hasn't come out. I haven't offended her.
Oh, yet. We still got time.
We're not talking about herpes,
Not a
right?
sword.
Yes, we're not talking about herpes, thank God.
We did just talk about crab legs, though. This does not need to be anywhere near my nose.
Oh.
Oh God.
See,
Jesus.
as you guys can see, this is exactly why I'm letting this little side conversation go on.
No peach, no
It's
peach.
getting better.
Anyway, we had Unicorns of Love. They got 3-0'd this week by H2K, so H2K is your third place EU team. And then in the NALCS, Team Liquid defeated Team Impact, just like they did in the spring, but they did it this time by the score of 3-1. So they'll get third place.
Not
If TSM defeats Counter Logic Gaming tomorrow,
It'll happen. It'll happen. Just tell me.
it will
now.
be TSM first place and Team Liquid second place going
Wait,
to Worlds. Because
Team
Team
Liquid?
Liquid got so many points in the spring
Oh.
split. If CLG defeats TSM, it will be CLG first place and TSM will be second place.
I could still live with that.
Now,
I
for the
can still live
third
with that.
place, we know what's going on in the third place because Gravity's going to be taking on Cloud9 next week.
Yep.
The
C9
winner
will
of that-
take it.
The winner of that will definitely face Team Impact.
Ooh.
And the winner of that either will have to face CLG or Team Liquid, depending on what happens tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Team Liquid. I still gotta go C9. That's just me. That's just
Mr. Fu in chat says, tune into 6 Gaming this week. Ron gets crabs.
Oh, God. Why? Month. Thank you.
But people will pay to see that, and that's the great thing about the internet.
As long as you're on chat roulette. So when you find it.
We are done. Oh, news is over.
Hashtag career opportunity.
Right.
Moving on.
You could always get started in the same career as Cole's. Moving on.
Don't do that while I'm drinking. Holy crap.
Oh, and by the way, Cole's is in our chat, man. So, cheers to you, bro. I love it. All right. Excuse me, had to drink. Okay. So that's it for news. This is a really light week for news. Nothing's going on.
Hashtag shots
Not a
fired.
damn thing. Which is a little depressing. I know Batman's still broke technically. So. Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
We've had so many different things going on that in the last few weeks, like with all the conferences and stuff going on.
Yeah.
We need a slow period.
And this is pretty much it. So we're going to push
behind.
on to what will probably be one of the more interesting, not the most interesting, but one of the more interesting parts of our show today. This is What Are You Playing? Yes, I pushed this right on to you guys, my co-hosts, and see what the hell you guys are doing. What do you recommend? What you enjoy? What do you hate? Yeah, tell us, man. What do you got? Now, Miss Aderi, since you are a very special guest, and we're so happy to have you, tell us, what have you been doing this past week?
Mostly Final Fantasy.
Ooh, good girl. Yeah.
Seems to be a thing to do lately.
That's... the thing I love about Aderi is if she's not yelling at you during a raid, she's completely silent the rest of the time. She'll give you like 2 or 3 words.
Oh, shush you. I blame solely for my interest in this new game.
It's a fun little game. I really got to get back into it. I really, really do. And
What are you primarily doing in it right now?
Well, I'm an archer, duh.
Yeah, go figures.
I don't know that.
You found the fire yet?
I stand in fire constantly.
Oh, Aderi, you wouldn't be as awesome if you didn't.
How far along are you?
Level 51 at the moment, actually.
Wow. Kick the crap out of me. Wow. I'm still in the 20s.
It's only
Right,
at
well-
60 not too long ago.
Don't lie, Show.
What? Wait, lie about
You're
what?
not in the
You're not
20s.
in your 20s.
Oh, okay. Hit 30 a couple months ago. But anyway. We don't need to talk about that too much. Aderi, what else? Is that pretty much been your all-consuming?
That's pretty much it, except for WoW. Don't think I'm ever going to give up WoW.
Good for you.
Too hooked.
Yeah, good for you. Stick to your guns.
Yep.
I honestly, I considered it.
Actually, I use a bow. I don't use guns.
Well, that's even better. That's even better. Yeah, I thought about going back to WoW, but I don't know. It seems like too much of a grind right now. I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. I barely do anything in the game but raid.
Right. Yeah, that's probably true. I think that's all anyone's doing. Mr. Rodent, how about you, man? What the hell have you been playing?
So it hasn't been recent because I've been doing a lot of real world things.
I know what he hasn't been playing. 3DS. 3DS games.
Actually, that's kind of true.
Too soon.
I lost all of my stuff, so
That
it's
sucks
like
so bad.
I finally, I had to get in contact with Nintendo to get my ID back to be able to log it on to this one,
Yeah.
and I just haven't played it yet because I'm like, I just spent so much time, and now everything is gone.
Did you get the new 3DS or
No, she bought me one of the other ones,
the previous
which
version?
I didn't care because the new one, it has a slightly faster processor, I believe, and they fixed the 3D issue,
Yes.
but I didn't use the 3D anyway,
Oh, okay.
and I didn't mind the speed of the old one, so I was like, okay.
The new little C stick that they added, it's kind of nice.
On
But
the
there's
games that
only,
support it. Yeah.
there's like 2 or 3 games that actually use
Yeah,
it.
like
So.
Monster Hunter, Xenoblade, and Smash Brothers. The only ones I can think of off the top of my head. Oh,
Yeah,
and Zelda. I think Majora's Mask sports it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
have the
I was-
but
Before I was playing Pokemon Alpha Sapphire.
Oh, for
And
Oh, Jesus.
hey, hate on it. I love the Pokemon games. Anyway, I got really far in it, and I was almost at the Pokemon League, and it's all gone.
why would you kill yourself playing Pokemon? Seriously, if you really want to cut yourself or just end it, I have a whole box of razor blades sitting in my closet. I will mail them to you, and you can just end it now instead of slowly killing yourself.
Are you a closet warlock there? I mean,
Don't dishonor his pet paddles now, guys.
Ree, don't get me
I'm not
started.
talking about this with you,
battles.
Ree.
Which, by the way, I do have to bring that up though. Ron, did you see the post that I guess they're talking about allowing flying in the next expansion of WoW, specifically through pet battles?
Yeah, I saw that.
I'd
Thank
go
God
for that. Ron.
Exactly. So Aderi would be the first to get flying, and then the rest of us would just hate her for it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right.
So anyway, other than that, I
Anyway.
started playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag again. I honestly haven't decided if I want to buy another game yet or not. I'm very picky when it comes to buying games because I play the shit out of it for a long time.
That's good though.
Mm.
See,
that's incredible self-control.
So.
Well, I just dropped $700 on an AR-15 upper, so
Oh,
I
Yeah?
just finished my AR.
that's totally worth it, honestly.
Yeah,
You are forgiven, by the
thank
way.
you, thank you.
I officially absolve you. Okay. Let's see. Brox, man, what the hell have you been doing?
So after seeing the reveal of what's coming on Destiny and how it's going to suck slightly less come September, I was like, well, let me just go back and try to play a little bit more at my a little puny level 24 hunter that I have. And so I've been playing a lot of Destiny, just going in the strikes and deciding it's well worth it to not even have voice chat in there where people are yelling at me for dying all the time. I mean, Destiny is it's one of the best get up and just get shot in the face and play it really hard for a week or two games that I've ever played. I mean,
Yeah, that's good.
I'm absolutely terrible at it, but keep coming back to it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I've been playing that, and I've been playing Dragon Age.
There's a hunter in here.
Hmm?
In Destiny.
The hunter.
There's a hunter in here.
There is a hunter in Destiny, but it's I don't really see that much differentiation between any of the classes. It's just their special move is different. It's the only main thing I can come up with.
Now,
I think
Aderi,
I'm a
before
hunter.
you go out and you go buy Destiny, there's not a lot of fire.
Yeah,
so
there's not much fire.
You don't have to worry about that.
Okay. So, Destiny will not need a recheck.
Right.
Also been playing Dragon Age, both Origins and Inquisition.
Okay.
So that's been a lot of fun. Inquisition, I think I'm still maybe 10% through it and spending way too much time on the millions of side quests that I have, just going out and exploring and see what I can do.
I've heard that's a big problem in the game. Too much to get you sidetracked.
It's open world, incredibly open world at that.
See, I disagree. I don't think that's a problem. I think that's fantastic
Yeah.
because I love the fact that Skyrim did the same thing.
Hmm Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, Skyrim's the same way. I've got close to 200 hours in Skyrim, and I think I'm maybe a quarter of the way through the main storyline. You know?
Awesome.
Just doing all kinds of little stuff, and spending time with the different factions and things like that. So playing the crap out of Inquisition, and going back through and playing Dragon Age Origins finally, so I can figure out what the hell they're talking about in Inquisition with the Great Wardens and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so that one's been fun. I mean, I'm a little stuck in it as I kind of got into an area where I can't get out of and did not prepare myself for it. So it's a lot of save and reload cycles. As I just hope for the dice to roll correctly to kill things. But,
Yep.
Say your prayers to RN Jesus.
Exactly. And so slowly getting through. And so for those that have played, I'm in the kind of, I guess you call it the dream sequence or whatnot. We kind of go into an alternate dream world, and you're by yourself, and you find you can shapeshift into 4 different forms as you find them. And so it's
Isn't
been
that
challenging.
pretty early in the game?
Yeah, it's still pretty early in the game.
Okay, yeah.
So, but went in there with no health recovery items and things like that.
So you're a brave guy. That's what it is.
I had no idea that this was one of those, warning, you cannot leave this area once you enter it.
Yep.
And so that's been kind of fun. I mean, luckily now, since I have the spirit form, I can kind of heal myself as things are wailing on me. And, I found the nice little bug that when you shapeshift to yourself and then back into a shapeshifted form, you go back to full health, which is kind of nice.
Oh, nice.
And if you can do it fast enough, which you can cheese the system with the golem and smash things away from you, you have just enough time to shift back into human and back into whatever form you want to by the time the enemy gets back to you. And so now it's a little bit easier.
Nice.
So that's been kind of fun. Been playing that, and that's pretty much it this week. I haven't done too much on the portable side of things because I forgot to recharge everything after getting back from my trip, and they're all dead. So.
Yep, I know the feeling.
That's how it goes.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Well, SpaceCptDamien, how about you, good sir?
Oh boy, I'm excited for this segment.
I can tell.
I've been playing. Well, the main thing I've been playing this week has been Warlords of Draenor. I've been questing through Warlords, and I'm level 98 already. But one thing I noticed is when I finished up Mists of Pandaria, I was like 1 or 2 shotting pretty much everything on my Warlock, and then I got to Warlords of Draenor, and instantly everything became way harder. It's almost as if they don't want people to play Mists of Pandaria as much.
Yep.
Yeah. So things became way harder. Enemies just jumped up in difficulty.
To be fair, they do that every expansion.
Yeah, true. They do.
They're really good at that.
They're really just trying to push you towards the end-game content. And I really like leveling through Warlords, actually, because you keep getting distracted by stuff all the time. It inspires you to explore more. That's really cool. I've also been playing a bunch of Heroes of the Storm this week. Last night, I had a game with Mr. Fu and Sophathy and another friend of mine. And we all played as tanks.
Oh God, that would have been a cool match.
It was 4 people on my team as tanks, and then 1 person who played as Jaina, and we just kept shitting on Jaina the entire game. Just saying in chat, "Hey, Jaina, you fucking suck. You're really bad at this. What the hell?"
When Jaina was 2-shot Jaina.
When Jaina was in reality doing the best on our team, but we were down like 4 levels, and we were just doing really shitty the entire time. It was really fucking hilarious.
That's amazing.
That's the only time recently I've gotten to the point of like crying laughing. It was really funny.
And the best part is that Jaina hated you all.
Oh yeah.
Jaina.
No, one of our friends messaged Jaina afterwards like, "Yeah, man, I'm just having a really bad day. I'm arguing with my girlfriend, texting." Okay.
That's awesome.
And I guess one more thing. I've been playing Game Dev Tycoon all day. Like today, I played for a decent 7 hours on it.
Wow.
That is an insanely fun and simple game. It's basically a game where you play you start out as a small game developer in the early 1970s, and you move forward through time to where we are modern now. And I had a flagship franchise that I named Leprosy Quest. The sequel to Leprosy Quest was Leprosy Quest 2: The Flakening. And I shortened the title to LQ3 for the next one, so LQ3, go see a doctor or something. And then people really didn't seem to like that one very much, so I made a prison simulator called Jared from Subway.
Oh yes.
And then I made
just won the internet.
I have to interject here because Jared Fogle seriously made the phrase "eat fresh" mean something.
Oh my God.
Well, if it really makes you guys feel any better, though, at least we know he'll be getting his 6 to 12 inches in prison.
Oh yeah.
Hey, he doesn't have to pay extra for double meat.
This train keeps rolling.
He's gonna ask for mayonnaise, or?
Oh no, I think that costs a little extra.
Okay.
What have I started?
All right.
Oh, the sad thing is after all this kind of went down this week, Subway still had a game on their website in the kids game section of get inside Jared's pants. Like, see how many children can fit inside of his old pants.
Oh my God.
What? Subway fail. What the hell?
I'm sure that's just an overlook thing. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, that's what I've been playing this week. Sorry to ruin the podcast.
Oh my god! This was gonna happen as soon as someone brought it up, so it was inevitable.
Fantastic.
Oh my god.
Oh, Damien, you just win the internet. Thank
I'm
you.
glad.
Hands down, seriously.
I'm just reading this article here, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
this happened. Holy
Yeah.
crap!
It's disturbing, and if you guys don't watch the news, don't start now because it's really twisted. Anyway,
Yeah, what did... Never mind, I don't want to bring it up.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. All right, so for me, I've been hitting Wind Waker HD up. I love my Wii, and who doesn't like Zelda?
Yes, you do, sir. Like every other man.
Anyway, I actually found something really, really awesome. I had no idea existed, and I don't know why, but there's an emulator out there called Dolphin.
Oh, Dolphin's awesome.
A little porpoise. This is a Wii and a GameCube emulator for your computer. It's amazing. I have not found any issues as far as actual emulation. It's as close to perfect as it gets, or at least that I found. It's awesome being able to do that because now I don't have to haul my GameCube around whenever I travel. I got it on my laptop.
Does anyone have a copy of Mario Party Sunshine?
No, but I could find you one.
Yeah, it's... Here, let me Google that for you.
Right.
Well, I'm talking not
AFTI.
ridiculous. They're ridiculously priced.
Huh.
Still running for me. It might just be them. They have shitty Hawaii internet, so...
All right. Well, on the side note, I guess the stream is kind of freezing a little bit, and that's
No,
frustrating.
I think it's just on their end. Don't worry about it.
might
We're
be.
fine.
Yeah.
I didn't see
anyway,
an issue.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I've been obviously playing a lot on my Dolphin emulator. By the way, kids, Six Gaming does not condone the use of pirated gaming. Make sure that you own a game before you download the ROMs. Okay.
Hypocrite.
Yeah, shut up, Ron. I'm not going to prison. All right. Now, finally,
Sure. So
I was digging. Oh God. Anyway, moving on.
He wants the double meat.
I was digging through my hard drive, and I found one of my favorite DOS games ever, and I had to get DOSBox reinstalled for it. It's called Jill of the Jungle.
Oh, damn, I remember that game.
Jill of the Jungle had probably one of the best soundtracks of any game I can possibly remember from that era. It's an amazing game. It controls terribly. It plays just like you would think a DOS game would, but it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant, and I have all 3 episodes.
okay, it plays just like you think a DOS game would. I've played Descent.
This actually, Ron, if you go back and you look at my Twitch, it plays so much better than Descent. Because everything really is better than Descent. But
No,
I am now,
it's not.
thanks to Jill of
She
the
can't
Jungle, I am on a crusade. I'm going to get me a copy of Duke Nukem for DOS.
Yes.
And one of my favorites, I got to find Jazzy Jackrabbit.
I think
Oh,
Google
geez.
Games has both of them. I know they've got Duke Nukem, so I've got those ones
I know
for
they have
Google
Duke Nukem.
Games.
I'm really hoping they have Jazzy Jackrabbit.
Oh,
That one is awesome.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, I've still got somewhere just boxes of the old shareware 3.5-inch floppies with those on shareware.
Yeah, I think my dad's got it somewhere.
That's good
I have
stuff.
to go raid his closet.
It's time
Anyway.
to kick ass and chew gum. And I'm all out of gum.
Yeah. And the last one was a DOS game called Hocus Pocus, which is on GOG, and I'm going to be playing that through the week as well. That's a fantastic game. Mr. Fu did bring up Commander Keen, which I do have, and you guys can get it on Steam, actually, and it's really, really cheap. Commander Keen is kind of one of the very best of the platformers out of that era. It's awesome. Just, if I were you, if you're going to play Commander Keen, mute the sound.
Yes.
Oh, God, it's the most annoying sounds ever. But it's a fun game. Really fun game. So, that's what I've been playing. Roncli, how about you, man? What the hell have you been doing?
Well, first of all, you know that Crypt of the Necrodancer is the best game ever.
We'll get into that.
Yes, I've been playing a lot of that, doing more Deathless. I got a top 10 Eli, which is the guy that has nothing but bombs. That was a lot of fun.
That
I had a
sounds
lot
like
of fun
it'd
doing
be
that.
fun.
Now I'm going to try to do Dove, which is the one that doesn't have a weapon. So that one will be interesting. That'll be my next.
That reminds me of someone who did Swordless Link in the NES version of Zelda.
Yeah.
Like, you have a good challenge in your hands.
So the other thing that I found Necrodancer related is something called Condor, which is Crypt of the Necrodancer Racing League. They will race Cadence head-to-head, best of 3. And they basically have this whole league set up. This is their 3rd time doing it now, where the top speedrunners, Spooty Biscuit, Mud Joe's, Jack of Games, whole bunch of other guys that are just way better at this game than I am, are running this pretty much every week. They'll play someone head-to-head, and it's kind of cool. Check it out. I have it on our page. It's condorleague.tv. So definitely give that a check out. And playing been playing a Descent, of course.
Of course.
Doing something called Morphod's Summer of Hate.
It's what, like Neil before Morphod?
Yeah, sure. Morphod decided.
I tried to do a Superman joke and it ended that way. Anyway.
It did. Morphod decided to challenge a whole bunch of people once a week throughout the entire summer, and this week is my week. I currently hold a 4-5 record against him, although it's my pick next, so I should be able to even it up. I have a good map for him to die repeatedly, and it's going to be great. So, and going into mobile gaming, I've kind of seeded my spot at the top of the half-time trials on the Pac-Man Championship Edition.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I just lost my mouse. Awesome. But it's not because I've stopped playing games. It's because I found Pac-Man 256. We've talked about this before. This is Hipster Whale, the same group that does Crossy Road. And this game, best way I could describe this is a cross between Pac-Man Championship Edition and Crossy Road.
that sounds a little weird, but you perked up my ears here.
Yeah, you take the progression style that Crossy Road does, and then the gameplay is pretty much almost exactly like, well, not exactly like Championship Edition, but I mean it's an endless maze.
Interesting.
You just keep playing until you die. So
yeah,
definitely check them out. They're both on a zillion platforms. Pretty much.
Very cool. Anything else?
World of Warcraft. We beat what was that Felguard? I don't even remember his name, but we beat him this week. So we're 8 of 13.
Okay, right on.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, you're really progressing. Yeah. Okay.
Very cool.
So,
I think Ree was there for that, weren't you?
who?
Ree? She's grabbing for the mic.
I was where for what?
With us for the kill on that Felguard guy?
Yes.
We did that on Thursday, so
Yeah.
it's cool.
Awesome. Yeah, sounds like fun. Okay, so
Yeah, I skipped Tuesday because I forgot what day it was, so I went on Thursday instead.
nothing wrong with that.
Very nice.
All right. Well, does anyone else have anything that they'd like to throw in there last second? No? Going once, twice, crickets? Okay, so let's move on to one of my favorite parts of the podcast. I am always excited for this every week.
part of the podcast is your favorite.
Yeah, it kind of seems
Shut
like
up,
that.
Ron. Do not spoil my script, okay? You're spoiling my script here. Now, every part is my favorite part. You know why? Because I love this podcast. I love you guys. It's always fun. It is.
I can feel it radiating.
Oh, can't you? Shut the fuck up. Get out of my Get out of my show. Piece of shit. Anyway.
Recording all of it. Damn.
Oh,
Just
God.
got
Hope
rodent.
someone's recording this. All right, so this is our 6th gaming roundtable. So what we do is every week I bring up a new question, or one of our co-hosts brings up a question, and we throw it out there for our co-host to discuss amongst yourselves, if you will. This week I thought of an interesting question. Don't ask me where it came from, but I see a lot of people online always bitching about this and that is wrong with my game. Okay. So my question is, what do you think are some of the worst gaming development practices that currently exist? Now, when I mean development practices, think about when they put you as like just a very linear game, or if they put you on rails, if they just do the forced multiplayer stuff in games, those sort of stuff. And then the second question is, what do you think gaming community and development needs more of? For example, stronger, sexy, leading women. Think Lara Croft, if you will. Anyway,
Show needs stronger, sexy women.
I have Harley Quinn. That's like the ultimate right there. Just saying.
Do you
They need
even
more
know?
people like you guys who are, just totally crazy.
Right.
Show,
So
I have to ask. Do you
What?
even know who Stephanie is?
who? You cut out there.
Do you even know who Stephanie is?
Besides my wife?
Yeah, that's your
No.
wife. You do know who your wife is. Good.
I do know who my wife is, I hope. So, damn it, Mr. Fu. That's what she said. Alright, that beer's down. Got one more. Anyway, okay, so, Aderi, what do you think are some of the bad development practices that are going on right now? And what do you think we need more of?
More imagination wouldn't hurt, and I am so technically challenged that, yeah, I got no opinion.
Really? You haven't played a game and you're like, why the hell did they put that in here? Think fire. Why the hell did they put fire in WoW?
Why
She likes the fire.
Why didn't they put more fire in WoW? We need more like Ragnaros.
See, there you go.
Every boss needs to be Ragnaros.
And of course, Sophie in chat does say less Origin. I agree. Origin's a terrible service. But anyway,
I don't know. I think my biggest problem in a game like World of Warcraft is that if you're going to introduce flying, and if you're going to make mounts an achievement, and so you gather all of these flying mounts, then damn it, we should be able to fly at the get-go. I wouldn't mind if it was exploring in the entire world before you get mounted, or before you can use a flying mount. Don't cut it out just for no reason.
I agree 100%.
Hopefully they learn from that.
Yeah, God, I really do too. So what do you want to see more of, Ree? Like I said, right now one of the big things is leading women, specifically strong leading women. That's a huge debate right now in the gaming world. But as a woman, do you agree with this, or is there something else that you would really like to see more prevalent in games?
More prevalent would be, like in Final Fantasy that I'm playing now, you have the option to make your character taller or shorter, the tail longer or shorter, the boobs bigger or not
Right.
so big.
Yeah.
You have all the options. You have skin color, you have hair color, you have hairstyle, you have eye color, you have the shape of your face.
So you want to see more customization?
More customization, definitely.
Yeah.
And give us a chance. Give us more story. That's one thing that I'm missing in Warlords right now, is the story takes you to a certain spot and then it just stops.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, definitely. I agree.
There's
100%.
always an end to the current line, and they're like, "Oh, we've done all we can. Now we need to wait."
Yeah, exactly.
That's the whole thing, though. They didn't do all that they could have.
No, I agree.
And
It's
it
such a
seems
rich
somehow
story.
rushed and unfinished in Warlords, and I'm hoping that the next X-Pack is better.
Yeah. Well, I think they did really good with the beginning of Draenor. Personally, all that lead up, but once you hit the cap, the story just stops. And like you said, that's where it feels really rushed to me.
I don't think that the story.
forced on you.
I don't think that the story necessarily stopped, but it definitely got way too thin to be playable day in and day out.
And that could be too. Yeah. I mean,
Exactly. They didn't develop it enough, in my opinion. But,
Yeah.
that's just my
And
opinion.
I'll get to that in my
And
part.
where's the fire?
right. God, we need more fire for Aderi. Please, Blizzard. Please.
You played on the wrong side. There's fire up in the horde area.
Oh,
Lava
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. Very true.
Love it
All
isn't fire.
All right, Tactical Squirrel, man. What do you say? What do you hate about what developers are doing?
Too much focus on online play and not enough focus on actual single, story playing of the game.
Interesting. So you're thinking more like what is it, Evolve and stuff like that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. The only reason I bring up Evolve, if you guys haven't played it, there's almost literally no story to it. There is literally no single player, really. It's all multiplayer, and it's sparse at best.
I hate games like that. If I buy a game, I want to have a sole experience and then have an option to play online instead of, some games have a complete shit storyline, and it's like, well, we didn't really care about that. Well, I don't really care about online play.
No, that's true. I would almost equate that personally to like Modern Warfare, the first one. Single player was epic, and the multiplayer was there, and it was very good if that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of went downhill for me.
But then, they just focused all on online play, and just the stories just went to shit.
Definitely. Damien, what do you got, man?
Counterpoint to that. Multiplayer only games are the biggest games in the world right now. Like League of Legends, Dota, Heroes,
Shit,
arguably.
Destiny. We brought up Destiny.
Yeah, multiplayer only games are doing really well in the market right now, so people are obviously going to develop for that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And to be honest, I think part of that is the prevalence of high-speed internet spread across America and, quite honestly, the world. I think that's part of the huge driving thing, too, is this connections are so much easier than they were, at least when I was a kid, and I had to get my friends together just to play Smash Brothers.
Yeah, well, now, on the other side of that, I mean just like online play to, you're competing with other people. Now, online multiplayer co-op, I'm a huge fan of.
Yep,
and that was going to be the things that I wish they would bring around is, for PS4 and Xbox One, singling them out, they don't have a lot of co-op games in general, and it just blows. Because, when my girlfriend and I want to play a game, I'm like, I don't have any.
No, definitely. I'm sorry I'm laughing over here, you guys.
Yeah, I know why.
That's a disturbing picture. Anyway.
It is.
Please
it's like pointed right at me. I'm like kind of scared. I don't know when those were watched last.
Well, by the way, it's a legitimate link, but still, I'd be careful. Anyway.
We love you, Fu.
Right? Okay, so, Squirrel, what do you think we need more of, man? What do you think would really help out or bring you into more and more games?
Definitely a bigger focus on co-op games. Things that you can do with more people to strive towards a goal, if that makes sense. So, to beat the game.
Absolutely.
Because,
as a counterpoint to that, though, that we have so many trolls out there these days. Who's to say that? How can you make a really good co-op experience without playing with someone you already know anyway?
No, that's the point. I want it for people that I know. You know what I mean? Not online necessarily, but on going back to the offline thing, I wish there was more offline story. So that.
See, every time you say this, too, my mind keeps going back to Halo. You know what I mean? You can play it single player, you can play it co-op, and the game's just as good regardless.
I loved Halo. I really did. Halo's great.
This is kind of like what he's referring to is kind of like what you did with Battle Block Theater.
Oh, yeah, Battle Block is awesome.
I would not play that with anybody, but with anybody that I don't know. But play it with Show. Hey,
yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
God, that
did
game.
that once.
We need to do that again, Ron, and film it this time for real, because that was interesting. Anyway, okay, let's see. Damien, man, how about you?
One thing that I hate is people simplifying things for the casual market to the point where games just become ridiculously easy and add things that are tacked on to make it more appealing to the casual market.
Sure.
I can use examples from Mass Effect 3, obviously. They really simplified the gameplay in 3 especially. And they added a character who didn't even belong there, but because she was like a big name media person, they just put her in the game altogether. It just seems like a waste of resources to do that to get more people to play your game. But also looking at World of Warcraft, it's like everything is so easy to get through until you reach Warlords of Draenor. I wish there was an option to say, hey, I want to play the real way, instead of, hey, I want to play so I can get to level cap as fast as I can. Because leveling is an experience in itself, and you're taking that away from a lot of people.
Especially in WoW, with how much they've redone the 1 to 60 content in Cataclysm, and now I'm out leveled the zones even without heirlooms. I'm out leveled most of those zones before I even finish storylining them.
Yeah.
I actually have something that I forgot to mention, and things that I don't like seeing the gaming industry going towards, and it's DLC, and the fact that it feels like a game is incomplete when you buy it because you want to purchase the DLC to unlock all the content for it.
Right.
Oh, it's even worse with the DLC that's already present on the disc, and you're just effectively unlocking it. Like that's stuff they could have put there.
Exactly.
Like Javik in Mass Effect 3, a character who's released as Day 1 DLC, who's like a really important character.
Mm-hmm.
Completely changes the game when you get him.
Well,
what the fuck?
And I'm glad you guys actually brought that up, because honestly, my biggest issue right now with gaming is these microtransactions / the forced DLC. Yeah. And they shove so much of this down your throat, or the game's almost unplayable unless you pay for this amount. That's what I hate right now with gaming. I know it makes tons and tons and tons of money, and I get that, I respect that, but cut that shit out.
That's exactly why I wait for Game of the Year for some of the stuff.
Exactly. And honestly, I'm almost gotten to that point. But again, some of the big things was really hit on. Part of what I brought up as my example. I personally want to see more female leads as far as gaming. I think that would be awesome. I think Lara Croft is good for the gaming industry, especially the new version. Because she's certainly more down to earth. She's not this big, buxom, go out there and kick ass sex symbol. But I think it's good. And you're starting to see this more and more with games like, any of the Tomb Raider games, the Uncharted games. There's a lot of these strong females. Samus Aran, for example, out of Metroid. I think those are really, really cool. Personally, I would like to see more of that. But at the same time, just good character development, I think, would definitely help regardless. For me, some of the best character development was Cloud out of Final Fantasy VII. Mm-hmm. Only because the guy never said anything, really, but you felt like you really knew what was going on in his head. You knew, what would Cloud actually do in this situation, and the game was just so fluid as a result of. I thought that was perfect, and if so many people could try to find that formula, I think it would be great to see.
Oh, yeah.
But, Brox, how about you, man? What you think?
So my biggest complaint with the gaming industry is not so much with the developer side of things, it's more the publishers, in that the publishers are stuck so hard on their timetables for sales and meeting targets, especially when it gets close to the end of the year, that they're forcing these games to be released before they're ready. I mean, we saw that with Batman on the PC, which was pulled from the store after 2 days or something like that, because it was terrible. And that's really more the publishers, and it seems to be common around the industry. I mean, I was when I was out in LA 2 weeks ago, this conference that I go to is attended pretty heavily by the gaming industry. So talking to a lot of folks there, and that's kind of what's under the undercurrent as well, is that the publishers are really pushing them to say, okay, we've got to release. Developers are saying, well, it's not ready yet. We have these bugs, and say, well, I don't care. We want to make our money, put it out there. If it's a big name, especially if it's a big name franchise, people are going to buy it, and they've already pre-ordered it. They're going to buy it, and we'll fix it in a patch later.
A lot of people tend to follow these developers too, because I know EA, just about anything EA ever puts out, you're going to have a huge base. Mm-hmm. Same with Ubisoft, and I think one of the biggest things that I'm really happy about, and it's weird to say this, Activision I think took the best route on that, because they bought out Blizzard.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they bought out Blizzard, they walked away.
Yeah.
keep doing what you guys are doing.
Which is very, very, very rare in the game development world. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the time.
I'll be honest. I don't think they just walked away. I think that they're still getting them to do things
Yeah.
that we may not necessarily see. But I think it's a two-way street where
Whereas like
where the upper end Blizzard execs have, they'll give a lot of feedback, and if Activision comes in and says if Activision comes in and says put this in your game, and they say no way, this won't work, it's not going in their game. But they'll work with them to try to, and I think that's how something like Hearthstone came about, to be completely honest.
So
I wouldn't
what
be
you're
surprised.
That's
describing,
actually very true. That's
very
what I
much.
thought.
A lot of the models behind the game, the gameplay itself, that's probably all Blizzard. The models, the pay model behind it, probably a lot of Activision input. I would be willing to bet.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And it's not
but
bad.
again-
I don't think it's because if it's bad, Blizzard's not going to put it in.
Yeah.
Right.
Period.
But again, those microtransactions, that's huge. I think Blizzard would have done that regardless. And we kind of saw a little bit of that with the original Diablo 3 with the auction house. And that's...
And they saw it was bad, and they took it out.
And that's true, it did fail. But I think they were listening to their players, which is something that Blizzard actually does.
Yeah, I mean the Blizzard Activision relationship is kind of a rarity. I mean, you look at on the other side of the spectrum with EA, when they buy these studios up, guarantee within 2 to 3 years it's part of the EA machine. Like they've either gotten rid of
Cap Games, anyone?
Yeah, exactly. They've gotten rid of the top people at the former studio, or those people have left on their own accord to get absorbed into the EA machine of sequel year after year and with hardly any iteration on it.
Look at Mojang and Microsoft. As soon as Microsoft bought that, pretty much all the original guys out of Mojang left.
Exactly.
Either fired or quit. So
yeah.
So yeah, like I was saying, that's not just a gaming thing. That's like a business thing in general. You want to keep releasing things, as soon as possible, even early, so that you can, get more money, have your development costs go down, and you can take 3 years to.
On that same side, though, we did see that with record producers. A lot of bands, they were being forced to put out all this, brand new CD every year or whatever it was, and you'd see these bands just collapse as a result because they can't put out good music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit biased. I'm a huge Tool fan. I think Tool's one of the greatest bands ever, and you have to wait at least 5 decades for a new album to come out. But every time they do, it's one of the best they've ever done.
And on a tangent here with Tool, if you're waiting for a new thing to come out, it's going to be a physical copy. They don't sell digital copies at all.
Yep. They've been very staunch about that, actually.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of surprised me when I went back to go look for it. It's like, look, my copy of Anima is really scratched to all hell. Can I just buy a new copy for my... It's not on iTunes? What? Nope.
It's nowhere. You have to get a physical copy. Anyway, okay, so Brox, what do you want to see more of?
That's a good question. I mean, I want to see more... I'm more on the storyline of things. And so I like a strong storyline single player campaign. I mean, my number one choice of game type is JRPGs, Japanese style RPGs. So I'm really big into the storyline aspect of things. Yeah. So anything that's got a good story can really kind of hook me in. I mean, even doesn't necessarily have to be open world. I mean, I enjoyed the hell out of Final Fantasy 13, which is about as far from open world as you can get.
Well, yeah, it really was.
And it had a really good story once you figured out the terminology of everything.
Well, one of my favorite JRPGs was the Tales of series. Have you played any of those?
Oh yeah, Tales is great.
Like Tales of Symphonia, to me, was one of the best games I've ever had. I keep that disc almost pristine, and about every 2 years, I'll put it in and I'll just play all the way through it.
Oh yeah, the Tales games are great. I mean, they're it's great storylines for the most part. Really fantastic artwork. My only complaint with them is terrible voice acting.
But that's kind of become their thing.
That's kind of become their thing. Terrible voice acting, and in most cases, a lead character that is incredibly annoying for one reason or another.
Right. No, that's sadly true.
So, but yeah, I mean, if you've got a really good story, you're going to get me hooked. That's the big thing that I look for. And these days with games coming out, especially out of the EA machine when they're coming out yearly for their sequels, I don't see how they're going to keep that same level of storytelling alive.
Yeah,
necessarily.
no,
Assassin's Creed series defies that logic.
Yeah,
well,
Assassin's Creed being one of the exceptions, they've still had pretty damn good storylines for all theirs.
They do, but the problem is, if you look back, Steam just recently pushed out the Black Flag expansion as a standalone game. The one with Adewale, the slave.
Oh yeah.
The assassin. They just cut that part out of Black Flag and then released it as a standalone. So that kind of shows you like EA's thing.
Yeah.
You know. But it'll be interesting to see. Ron, your turn, sir. What do you not like seeing going on? Especially Mr. Indie Game over here.
So the biggest problem that I have with a lot of games these days is they don't let their games stand up on their own gameplay and have to add horrible gimmicks to get you to come back into the game. And the worst offender of these are casual games on your mobile devices.
Yeah.
If your game can't stand up on its own from gameplay, and you add in these terrible mechanics that are like, hey, come back and get a free blah blah blah, your game sucks.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but
and unfortunately, I've downloaded a lot of games that are fun to play for like about 10, 15 minutes, and then it just falls off because they don't get inventive enough with them. And what they do to make up for this is that they try to add in, I don't know, just these ridiculous schemes to make you want to come back and keep playing.
Yeah.
For like another 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah. So
yeah, absolutely. I think, what is it, Candy Crush or whatever? I think that's
Candy
probably
Crush
one of the biggest offenders.
Big offender. One game that was really promising and just completely sucked was Dungeon Keeper for iOS.
Oh yeah, Veg still hates that game.
Yeah, and the original is his favorite of all time. It's his all-time number one. So it's like, developers need to stop doing that. It's just, I don't know what they're getting out of it, that they have to try their hardest to suck people back into their game.
Yeah, no, definitely. I have to wonder though too, because one of the big things I've been seeing, Ron, is like the building style games for mobile.
Yeah.
Like now is Fallout Shelter. You got SimCity, Simpsons, Family Guy,
Drexels.
Right, and all these games, like you said,
what's the biggest one? What's the
seem
biggest
like
one
they
in that
just throw
genre?
that stuff in there.
What is it? The Clash of Clans.
Yeah, Clash of Clans. Yep, Mr. Fu got it. I don't know, like you said though, all those games have that gimmicky thing.
Hold on, Mr. Fu's got it wrong. It's not Clash of Clans that has the model in the TV commercials. That's Game of
War, isn't it?
Game of War Fire Age. That's got Kate Upton's boobs.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is Kate Upton, isn't it?
No, it's Kate Upton's boobs. I don't ever recall.
Really
Kate Upton is not there.
Nobody watched that for anything else. Even Aderi's like, yeah, Kate Upton.
Pretty much.
Really? Nothing? Wow. I was hoping she'd jump in there and yell at me, but not today. So, okay, Ron.
Never yell at you, so.
I know. You're such a sweetheart. Ron, what do you want to see more of then? What do you think we need to do more of?
Well, I'm going to echo Brox here. I mean, storyline is a big thing. I mean, even in these casual games, like one of the games that I didn't bring up on the last section, which I should have, Blitzcrank's Poro Roundup, League of Legends game. But it's a new free-to-play mobile game, and the gameplay is dead simple. It's kind of challenging, but the controls are really simple. But there's a story behind it. You need to save these Poros from Baron Nashor, and you have to fight things like Twitch, Jinx, Annie, Katarina, all the champions from World of Warcraft to do it.
But doesn't it sound kind of just tied together loosely?
It is extremely tied. It's extremely loose in terms of how it's tied together.
Because that was
but,
like
I mean,
Mortal Kombat anthologies. That was such a piece of shit.
But I mean, if you just put something in that, you're trying to save these things, and you don't put some kind of story, you have no story as to why you're doing this.
Yeah,
this game has
it
that.
becomes weird.
So.
Interesting. All right. So I guess last call. Does anyone else have Anything they want to put out there?
Kate Upton's boobs.
Kate Upton's boobs. That's certainly it. So with Kate Upton's boobs, we're going to end this edition of the 6 Gaming Podcast because
wish
there's
we were.
no better way to end this.
Actually, before we end, sorry to interrupt the boobs. I would like to ask a question to the podcast.
Okay.
I've been thinking about doing a Twitch stream series of me doing an Iron Man leveling for World of Warcraft. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this.
That would be awesome.
No.
To do.
What
if
is
you guys
this?
don't know the rules, I'm going to read it out to you. So you level a character from level 1 to 100 in World of Warcraft. And the rules are you cannot use any gear above white or gray, so like no heirlooms or anything.
Ooh.
No transfer of gear between characters, no enhancements or sockets, no specializations, talents, or glyphs, no professions, no potions, no food or other external buffs, no grouping or assistance from other characters, no dungeons, no guilds. Basically, just make it fucking impossible for you to play World of Warcraft, and you can't die. If you die, you have to reset and start from the beginning.
Hey,
I'm thinking about doing this.
Well, hey, I mean, they had that one guy who spent the entire time on the turtle in Pandaria picking herbs, got to level 100.
Well, you can't do that. No professions.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
So I'm genuinely interested to see if anybody would be interested in watching a series like that.
I'll tell you what. Here, just after payday, I will take you up on that. I'll put 30 days on my account.
Oh yeah.
And we'll do it. I'll definitely go to town with you.
All right, cool. Let's do that.
In fact, since you brought it up, and since we're live, I not only will stream at least my session, but we're going to put out an announcement as soon as we can, giving you the date when we're actually going to do this so that you guys can actually tune in. And we'll do it with any of you guys, the rest of my co-hosts, if you guys want to jump in there. But I think this will be fun. I'm kind of looking forward to this now.
I won't play, but I might watch every now and then.
All right, yeah.
That sounds like it'd be freaking hard.
Yeah,
it does. It'll be an awesome challenge. I got really addicted to heirlooms, so this will be fun.
All right, let's try it out.
I would actually do that challenge.
Yeah, Aderi's in. I like it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I don't know what to say.
You know I'm going to make another.
Of course you got to make 100, yeah.
Absolutely. And I'll post... I'm assuming you're using wowchallenges.com for this? Is that correct?
I actually heard about it on... I heard about it on a different podcast earlier this week, and I'm genuinely curious to try it out. So,
hey, you're not cheating on us, are you? Another podcast?
I'm not on another podcast. I'm just listening to other podcasts.
Oh, okay.
We are the only podcast.
Do not cross that line, sir, because I swear to God I will file for a divorce, and I'm taking at least 2/3 of what you own.
We're not married.
You don't know that.
You signed the contract when you click join.
Right? that was in your terms of use. I mean, sucks if you're an Apple user and you just clicked accept, but anyway.
I don't have another podcast to talk about this week.
Okay. So, we'll end it there, you guys. I really appreciate you guys coming out. This was episode 28. Of course, next week at 10 p.m. Saturday, Central Standard Time, we will have episode 29. Please keep joining us.
Daylight time.
Oh God, is it really?
Yes.
Oh
wait, what?
All kinds of jacked up.
We're going back an hour?
Fall back, yeah. Yep.
That's next weekend already? Holy shit.
Really?
I know, right?
No, it's daylight time. Now.
Yeah, it's daylight.
Oh,
yeah.
Whatever.
Standard time when we fall back.
10 o'clock Central. Join us. With that, hopefully.
See, this is why I never say standard or daylight, because I don't know which is which.
I didn't know you had to specify. I figured whatever time it is now is the time we're doing this.
Just put all times at GMT, you're good to go.
No, I'm not doing Zulu time.
Internet time.
Way too long.
Yeah, not doing it. Okay, so thank you guys for joining us, though. Again, I love having you guys in our chat. We will continue to interact with you guys as well, so keep sending in your questions, comments, whatever you got. I am your host, as always, Showsan. With me, a fantastic group, Mr. SpaceCptDamien. Say goodbye, sir.
Bye. This is fun podcast going to be back on it next week, of course. Yeah.
Of course, next week. Yeah.
Of course.
Miss Aderi, thank you so very much for joining us.
Absolutely not a problem. Y'all take care.
You too. I'm hoping we can have you on again too sometime. Up
If
next,
you're lucky.
right? If we are, Mr. Tactical Squirrel himself, Rodent. Say goodbye, sir.
Thank you all for having me. I know it's been a while.
We still love having you on.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm ending this early. Goodbye, everybody.
I like it. Mr. Broxbeeble himself.
See y'all later. See you next week.
Woo! Once again, I am Show. Mr. Roncli, take it away.
Next week, expect partly cloudy 6 gaming podcasts and a 100% chance of
Of
see you
a big
bye.
storm.